Christian Savings sees itself as being very different from other financiers in the market. We operate for the sole purpose of ensuring that churches and charities get the finance that they need. So we understand the intricacies of churches, charities, how they operate, and we're more than just a financier. We're about partnering with those organisations to ensure that they achieve their best outcome and that they have everything they need to achieve their mission for the kingdom.
This project that we've been able to do, partnering with Christian Savings, is to create a facility that's going to really meet the needs of our people and meet the needs of our community. Could we set up the next 25 years of our future as a church by creating something that doesn't just meet us now, but meets us in 10 and 15 and 20 years, gives us the opportunity to keep growing, keep expanding, and also gives us a facility that really we can be so proud of. Like, this is beautiful, it's done to the glory of God. For us, that was the motivation. It was about reaching more people.
We've got churches in our movement with schools, from primary all the way to secondary. We've got churches that have daycare centres, got youth programs, we've got soup kitchens. Around Christmas time, most of our churches do Christmas boxes where we pack thousands of boxes and we want to reach people. So our heart is to make a difference in our communities.
I'm proud that we've taken away what really for me is a big growth barrier, a big inhibitor to people's ability to access what we really have to offer them, which is the gospel, which is Jesus, which is transformation, which is hope. So that for me, that's what I'm really, really proud of. We've got something that we can sit now and go, man, this is going to help us do what God has called us to do.
It's encouraging to see that so many churches and charities around New Zealand are having such a deep impact for the kingdom in New Zealand. There are churches who are really demonstrating what it means to be the hands and feet of Christ in our country.
Long Bay Baptist has a long history of partnering with Christian Savings, which has been a valuable partnership, going back to even, I think, the building of the church and the establishing of other facilities here. We had a bit of a vision, and in partnership with Christian Savings, we were able to make an offer to the church to buy one of the hillsides here on the property and build social housing on there, 5 different units, housing 14 people. The church then, using that money, was able to turn what had been a kindergarten with about 19 or 20 children into something which has now got somewhere around 55 to 60 children and an early childhood education centre. It's also opening doors for us with families. Now, without Christian Savings, we would never have been able to do this.
Traditionally, churches have found it difficult to get finance from mainstream banks, and that has hampered their growth. So it's really important for churches and Christian charities to be able to partner with an organisation whose sole focus is to finance those organisations.
If you look at many banks now to buy a house, it's getting very hard for first-time buyers especially. So you can imagine how hard it is for a church now to go into building programs or to be able to do what we are doing.
Christian Savings is different than a bank. It is an element of trust that is important. It's also the shared kaupapa of building the kingdom of God. You know, banks are pretty conservative about those things. We're by talking through where we're wanting to head, and with Christian Savings we've found that shared kaupapa has really, really worked well.
There's this great synergy of mission and a cohesion of values. They get us, they understand our business, they understand what we're trying to do. The issue with working with traditional banks is they don't understand our business. They don't know what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, where our money comes from. The beauty of working with Christian Savings is they've believed in us and they have clearly supported what we've been doing, and so we're just very, very thankful for a great relationship and people who understand who we are and what we're about.
Christian Savings and a local church, in many ways, we have a common vision, and that's about helping people. Churches can partner with an organisation like Christian Savings that understands what the mission is about.
It's a real pleasure not only to be serving the churches, but also investors who are wanting to make a difference with their investments in New Zealand. So anyone in the public, whether they're an organisation or an individual, can deposit with Christian Savings. We always see it as a win-win opportunity. Not only do depositors earn a fair interest on their investment, but they know that their savings are being stewarded in a way that is going to benefit the kingdom in New Zealand. And so it's a fantastic option for depositors when they're trying to decide where to invest their funds. And in that way, it's not just a financial investment, it's an impact investment, a kingdom investment.
You've got a big spread of things that you could invest in, but then you've got something here with Christian Savings, which I can invest, see a return, but to have good ethical investment that is going to have generational impact, long-lasting impact, and see the kingdom of God established and expanded in our lifetime. Why would you not invest in Christian Savings? That's a better question.
It's not just about the money. It's actually about people. It's about people that God cares about, which can be people who are poor or who are vulnerable, or who have got special needs, and we can meet those needs in partnership with Christian Savings by enabling ministries to develop and people to get involved with God's love. And that's the biggest thing that's taken place.
I think it's about the kingdom of God. It's about helping people. It's actually not about a brand or a logo or about a denomination. It's about helping people, and that's what Jesus is about. He came to help people, to save people, and I think that's what we have in common. It's our mission.
It's really important for us at Christian Savings to ensure that churches and Christian charities have everything that they need in order to thrive in their mission, whether that be finance or governance advice or being partnered up with good accounting providers. We ultimately operate for the benefit of churches in New Zealand and want to do everything we can to support them.
And that's what I love about it. It's not just them trying to meet their outcomes as a financial institution and what they want and what their stakeholders want, what their shareholders want, but actually what do we need and how can they help us meet what God's put on our heart. And that is phenomenal, and that is what it makes working with Christian Savings so amazing.
Elam's chosen to be a shareholder not just for our benefit, but also for the benefit of other churches and other organizations, because I really believe that if we want to reach the nation, all the churches have to work together, and I love the fact that we can play our part in partnering with Christian Savings as they help other churches reach their vision and their goals. So I really believe that it's a win-win for everybody, and it's a win for our nation.
When I step back and look at the legacy of Christian Savings, I'm not just proud of our story, but of the hundreds of stories that we get to share through our borrowers. It's really important that these organisations get the finance that they need to achieve their mission. These organisations are part of the fabric of our society. We know that we have been financing these sorts of projects for 60 years, and we will be around for another 60 years to do the same thing.